and he'll be a highly sought free agent. But for the Mustangs and Curtis Josephs, a former SJHL alumnus, kudos to you. That's a neat story going on in Atlanta. Coming up, action from Toronto and Ottawa on Hockey Night in Canada. On the air coast to coast from the Corral Center in Ottawa for viewers in the Valley and the province of Quebec. The great rivalry between Buffalo and Ottawa. They've really gone at it for the last 3 years now, but the Sens have really owned the Sabres. And for most of the nation, the New York Rangers and the Toronto Maple Leafs collide at the Air Canada Center in Toronto. We're at the midway mark in this NHL season. The Toronto Maple Leafs and the Detroit Red Wings are the two top teams so far. That's why Scotty Bowman and Pat Quinn will be at the helm when the All-Star game is played here in less than a month. Let's look at the standings in the two conferences and begin in the East. The ones highlighted are, of course, the teams involved in our early telecast tonight. 5 teams, 5 points apart in the race for first overall. The Devils have really come on strong, unbeaten in their last 7 games. Then you move down to Carolina, Boston in that battle for the 8th and final playoff spot. The Sabres 2 in arrears. Washington and the New York Rangers just 4 points out of the playoff spot. And even Montreal, as tough as the run has been, find themselves just 10 points away from a potential playoff berth. And in the Western Conference, the #1 team in the NHL, Detroit. Everyone else is playing catch-up, or as they say in Leamington, they're behind 57. I think they say that. Leamington, Ontario is where they have Heinz. And you see the race down below. Anaheim's just out of the playoff picture, really in a drought, winless in 5. Calgary Flames had worked their way back into the hunt, getting to 500 before those 2 tough defeats in Colorado and Chicago. At the Corral Center's Greg Millen. Here at the Air Canada Center is Harry Neale. And let's talk a little bit about the Senators' chances in the East and about their home record versus road. Greg?
Well, right now they're on a roll, particularly at home, but they've been playing well since around December the 15th, playing as a team. Hossa will not be in the lineup tonight. We think he did take warm-up, but it doesn't look good. So the big line, once again, the Prospo line with Alfredson and McEachran have to come up big. But goaltending, hey, what a surprise. I think is a big factor in this hockey game, Ron, because at one end, Martin Biron, he's let 11 goals in his last 2 starts. There is no question that the Buffalo Sabres now are starting to feel the effect of not having Dominic Hasek goal. And at the other end, Ron Tugnutt's been yanked his last 2 starts. But as you mentioned in our opening, you know, the Buffalo Sabres haven't scored a goal on them all season long.
Right, a 4-0 win for Ottawa and a 0-0 tie. Harry, how about the Toronto Maple Leafs?
Well, Toronto has the 3rd best home record with 18 wins, but they're not nearly so successful on the road. 6 of their next 8 games are away. They're 6-10-2 on the road, and if they want to finish at the top of their division and/or at the top of the Eastern Conference, they're going to have to improve their play when they're not playing at the Air Canada Center. They're not nearly as dangerous offensively on the road, and they have trouble preventing goals as well. And with a heavy road schedule coming up between now and the All-Star game, Toronto had better improve, and they better win the 2 of the next 8 they play at home.
Toronto missing Yannick Perreault, still out with that broken arm. Danny Markov will miss again tonight, so Chris McAllister gets another chance on defense for the Maple Leafs, and Nick Andropop's been nursing his sore shoulder. Maybe that explains a bit of their woes in the last 4 games. So it's the New York Rangers and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Graves and Adams lead the way for their respective teams. Meantime, at the Corral Center, it'll be the Ottawa Senators and the Buffalo Sabres. That's all coming up nationwide. We'll send you off to the respective arenas in just a minute.
Live on CBC, Hockey Night in Canada. Brought to you by Labatt Blue. A whole lot can happen out of the blue. This portion of Hockey Night in Canada brought to you by the new Ford Focus sedan. Expect more. And by the Home Depot, where low prices are just the beginning.